Forrest Frank might be a name that you're rather familiar with. He has become one of the most influential Christian musicians that we have seen in the 21st century. However, his journey did start from somewhere. In 2023, he released his first studio album called California Cowboy. On the surface, it seems like a concept album about a cowboy and his journeys. However, I think there's something deeper. I'm writer Sam. Please join me as we dive deep into Forrest Frank's first album, California Cowboy. California Cowboy was released on June 16, 2023. It consists of 17 different songs, and its genres are hip-hop, rap, and R&B. You can tell that Forrest Frank is slowly searching for her style and approach to music, which means that initially it could be a bit hard to grasp the main concepts in the album. However, I think the songs are mainly about 4 different aspects of life. First, narration. Second, religion. Third, passion. And fourth, reflection. So, what is narration? Well, Forrest Frank wanted to create an album that tells a complete story to the listener. So, he wanted to give some clues on the settings and different things that are happening as the album goes on. There are 4 different songs that are narrated. Basically, a person speaking into the microphone. It gives us a picture of what Forrest Frank wants us to see. Let's listen to the song called Welcome together.
There once was a cowboy who had it all figured out. Well, at least he thought he had it figured out. His feet were in the south, but his sights were on the west. On a search for new horizons, he booked a one-way trip to the coast. But as tales like this often go, a pretty little thing came along and stopped him in his tracks. Well, looks like a storm's coming. Welcome to California Cowboy.
Welcome is a nice introduction, and you can sort of get a feeling of what you're in for. The cowboy that the story revolves around in this album is essentially Forrest Frank. And this is apparent when Forrest Frank makes songs about passion or love. This is built around Forrest Frank's personal life. He met his wife, Grace, around 2020, and they were married. 3 months before the album was published, they had a baby boy. And this influenced a lot of Forrest Frank's songs in this album, as he describes his lover and their life in a very upbeat and cheerful fashion. Let's listen to Summer Love.
Take me somewhere new. I don't really care as long as I'm with you. Up late, you and me lay back. Everything you say is my favorite track, and ooh, we're dancing underneath the moon and stars. Oh, this summer love is forever ours. Okay, let's go be together. I'll bring half and you bring the better. Sun is up, I just checked the weather, but she's so cold I might need a sweater. 10 lines, that's the only productivity. I've been working hard, you'd have thought that there was 10 of me. Good vibes, right here is the epitome. All I feel is love radiating from your energy. Let's go somewhere far away. We'll make it the great escape. I'll be right here every day, swimming in your waves. Oh, take me somewhere new. I don't really care as long as I'm with you. Up late, you and me lay back. Everything you say is my favorite track, and ooh, we're dancing underneath the moon and stars. Oh, this summer love is forever.
But, of course, as the listener, you don't want to hear 17 different songs about passion and love. Forrest Frank knows this, and so he not only made songs about passion, he also made songs about reflection. These songs are more subdued and more quiet. They are like voices inside of Forrest Frank's head as he thinks about the past and the future. They're a nice break from all the action that is happening throughout the album, and they leave some room for imagination. But until this point, there is still one very important aspect about Forrest Frank's life that we have not seen. That is religion. At this point in life, Forrest Frank was already a Christian and he was a pretty devout one. But in this album, there are only 3 songs about his faith. However, in my opinion, there are some of the best songs that are in this album. Let's listen to No Longer Bound together.
You came to set us free. Take rest, cause the living God is living in my chest. Every day I wake up feeling blessed, and even if I don't, I see it as a test. Cause I was lost until you found me. Now I know you're all around me. Nothing I could ever do can separate my love from you. You came to set us free. You came to set us free. You ain't drive me in that pit. Hey, nah. Saw my soul inside that fam and said that's it. Grace now. You never flake in the cold winter. I just came to borrow with the gold winners. Fast forward, turn to a road runner. Spirit caught me here, go get it. Shed blood, gave me lemonade on his cold bennett. Pick me up. Always Timmy Turner, always chasing after Vicky. Took me to his fountain and gave me peace and chose to cleanse me up. Now I'm testifying of your greatness. This a different look. Go life been hitting hard, let's take it slow. Take a walk by the river and let you flow. Cause Lord, you are all I ever want. You're all I ever want. Cause I was lost until till you found me. Now I know you're all around me. Nothing I could ever do to separate my love from you.
This is a song that is about salvation, and Forrest Frank really tells us how God breaks his chains and sets him free. It's very upbeat, and there are also a lot of experimentation with vocals and choruses, especially with the children singing in the background. It's a glimpse for Forrest Frank's unique style, and it can be seen in his later albums. But those are for another day. For now, this is Ryder Sam. I hope to see you in my next video.